Hey guys, so how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening update. So yeah, over to those charts for our first. So yeah, you can see we are making a bit of progress up to this 9,200 zone. I'll just extend this extend this little trend line down a little bit so we can kind of see some confluence here. But yeah, you can see we're coming up towards this trend line and obviously quite clearly into this resistance zone. So I mean, this is a big test for Bitcoin at the moment. I don't expect it to be able to get above this trend line here. And obviously this resistance, both of these, I don't expect it to get above this area. But if it does, I would expect that probably to trigger a move at least up to sort of this this trend line and this resistance area. And that could be pretty significant for Bitcoin if we can, because then that will keep sort of in these higher lows, and we'll be looking at trying to make a higher high, higher obviously than this high, if we don't really want to include these ones here. But yeah, I think this is an important one, which obviously coincides with this zone. So yeah, it's mainly the two horizontal resistance zones I'm looking at, 9,200 and this 9,400, 9,500 area. They are the points of difficulty, I believe, for Bitcoin. I mean, if you squint squint a little, which is never good, you could maybe look at a sort of descending wedge pattern getting formed here. So maybe we will come down towards the 9,000 area again, or around here, tighten up a little bit more, then break either up or down. Obviously, descending wedges can break up, but I don't know how much I really want to kind of look into that pattern. I mean, that's obviously the top trend line. How I was looking at more so was a descending triangle, which we obviously did break down. Pretty much got to almost the targeted move round about this resistance, this support, sorry. But yeah, subsequently being brought up. I mean, to me, this just looks like a game of the two levels, really. We lost this level, came down towards the bottom support, and then bounced back up and tested the top, and then we'll probably play under here a bit. And then, I mean, I would say the likely scenario is we come down. But stock markets have been quite strong today. So, I mean, I believe that's what's got us up here. That's what stopped us breaking down. I think we are just waiting for a decent down day in the stock market now just to slam us through this level. But yeah, if you kind of want to draw the wedge on, sort of that's how it would look. And it is a pretty I mean, now when I draw it on, it does look okay. It does look pretty good to me. Does look good as a descending wedge. But what it does also show me is that we've got plenty of room really to come down to this 9,000 again, tighten. Well, yeah, the 9,000 here, tighten the formation up a little bit towards the end, and then potentially look to break it around this point. So if that is what we were looking at, that is kind of like what I would be expecting there. We'll leave this line on for the time being, see how it turns out. I don't like all these lines we've got going on. Obviously this important one here, which is sort of this channel that we've been in for a while. I mean, it kind of just goes straight through the middle of this wedge, so it's not the most ideal formation. And yeah, I mean, I've gone from a person that literally only really likes horizontals to be having diagonals all over my chart. Don't even ask me how this has happened. But I'm guessing I'm just trying to show things to you guys that I guess I just chart without actually drawing them on. And then when I draw them on, I think I might as well just leave them on just so they're there. But they're obviously patterns that I would look at without cluttering my chart, and I'd mainly just keep the horizontals on to look at. But hey, as long as we can still make out what's going on, then yeah, then it's all good here. But I mean, I guess they all kind of line up to show us levels of potential potential resistance, obviously, when we're moving upwards, or support when we're moving down. So yeah, we've kind of got all this resistance here. We've got this line, and then obviously the big horizontal. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things again where it's not obviously it doesn't look like Bitcoin can get through it because of obviously the confluence of resistance. But if it does get through, that's why I'm sort of saying I'd expect a decent move up to around this level, and that back up to that level can trigger anything really. We can take out this old high here, and then we're going to have a different look. We're going to have a different look to what's going on in Bitcoin. We may look back at this as just basically accumulation, and then we start to break up back to the 9,700. It's obviously going to be easier to break this level than I would have thought it would be to break this level, because this level is important in taking out a previous lower high. Whereas this level will just be another lower high to take out, a previous lower high after we've already taken one out. So it'll already be showing a change in behavior anyway. So I would expect that one to be easier to take out. I'm not saying it will get taken out, not necessarily, because obviously we've got a lot of resistance at this level, and it could just be a bit of a fake out to the upside to then slam us back down again. But I would say we've got a better chance of breaking through here, providing we break through here and consolidate, than breaking through than breaking through here. But anyway, that is getting very much ahead of ourselves, because we've not even broken through here yet, guys, and this is our sort of micro level of high, lower high, lower high, and is this going to be a lower high or not? So I mean, we've got to get through this resistance first and foremost, and then we've got to get above about 9,300 or so. So we have got our work cut out for us, and quite clearly the path of least resistance is downwards. Quite clearly. I mean, you just got to look at just the price action since basically the whole of this month and last month. It has only really been down. So yeah, I mean, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. When will that end be? And obviously that's the $64,000 question, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, 8,600 is as good a level as any. But by all means, we can just turn up from here. I think that would be especially bullish, because again, if we want to do a bit of squinting, if we go back up and spend some time at this top area, I mean, we might start to look like we've got a big ascending triangle again. Obviously with these lows coming all the way up to here. And then yeah, I mean, if we get back up there, come back down to around here and back up again, I mean, are we just going to form a bigger ascending triangle? I always find speculating on potential patterns we can form is completely asinine. It's just useless. But hey, we are here looking at charts, just procrastinating, waiting for Bitcoin to do something, just because it's clearly not doing much at the moment. So yeah, what could we be forming here? What could we be forming? So yeah, I mean, we just got to wait for that expansion of volatility, see what direction it goes in, and yeah, see what levels we break, and see what momentum trades and breakout trades we can really find, because that is the name of the game. That is the name of the game now, is just waiting for that expansion in volatility, and then just jumping back on the back of that move. It was looking like we were going to come down through this 9,000 zone, which would take us down here, but we didn't on that pass. But it does, on the face of it, until it proves otherwise, it just does look a back test of this support. Well, it was the support here, so the back test of the support we broke through, back testing it as new resistance, so old support, new resistance. And until we break through here, consolidate and close a hold above here, not just wick above here, for a nice little liquidity hunt, until we actually trade and hold above this zone, we can only assume that this is significant resistance. So we'll have a look at those Stokes. Obviously we can see 4 hour is turning up again, but it's I mean, it's a bit indecisive in the zone, but yeah, it is turning up, so that is potentially bullish. 8 hour looking like it's going to turn up. I mean, 12 hour not quite, but it may do if we hold where we are. We'll get back above 9,200. And then the daily still clearly pointing down, and obviously the thorn in our side, the weekly, but we'll get another tick in this on Sunday. So I am interested to see just how far down the next tick brings us. That is what I'm really interested, because I really want to see it about here, and then I really want to see obviously then it'll start to try and turn over and then sort of form this pattern, and then I think we will things in my mind will be a lot better. But will that happen? Will that happen price wise? I don't know, and I would have to err on the side of it wouldn't, basically. And that we are going to come down and test the 8,600. The 8,600 zone as the first initial target does make a lot of sense, I think. But if we don't hold and bounce off that pretty quickly, then I do feel like we'll have a lot of prolonged downside. But I mean, the difficult thing for me, where that I find the contradictions in like my own thought process is it's just with the stock markets, guys. I mean, unless they are going to turn down, I don't see Bitcoin getting slammed down. I mean, Bitcoin can stay stuck in this range wanting to go down, but it's always going to get held up to a certain extent by the stock markets, whilst they are obviously relatively strong. But yeah, as soon as they turn down, then I think it will be curtains for Bitcoin pretty quick. I think we will. Well, if stock markets turn down, I think we'll be looking at basically the 7,000 area. But yeah, like I said, we looked in this morning's video about what that can mean. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, that's just something we've got to think about. But yeah, that's it, guys, really. Not really much else to say. We did the morning's video. I went over quite a bit more than I usually would, so went over some of the longer term stuff there. But yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys in the morning.